Mako, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do computer coding without any computers or devices or anything like that. I'm going to show you how the power of coding at home with stuff that you can find around the house. So what you'll need in this video is some paper. Doesn't necessarily have to be this big, but some paper. You're going to need a pencil. You're going to need a ruler, some pens, pencils, colored pencils, maybe a pair of scissors, and some blocks of coding that I have here. All these blocks of coding will be in the lesson plan, the resources in the lesson plan that you can download and you can print off and use. Okay, so this is everything that you're going to need for this video. So guys, our first job is, with a blank piece of paper, is draw out a grid. So what you'll need is a pencil and a ruler. And really quickly draw yourself a big rectangle. So I'm doing this in pencil, so if I make any mistakes, I can just rub it out. So as you can see, I'm not taking my time with this, I'm rushing through it really quickly. So just done a big rectangle, and then what you do is you would mark out the distances and then grid it. But to save a little bit of time, here's one I did earlier. So once you've then got your grid, I've gone over it in a black pen so it stands out a little bit more. And what we're going to do now is think about what type of maze we're going to create. Is it going to be in a woods, for example? Is it going to be underground? Is it going to be based on one of your favourite computer games? All these different types of things. So what I'm going to do is, I think mine's going to be set in a woodland area. What you can do is, if you have access to a printer and you are not entirely fantastic at drawing and you don't want to draw, you can, what I've done is I printed out some little trees, some rivers, and some volcanoes. So it's completely up to you if you want to use some pre-printed stuff or draw it. I'm going to do a mixture of both. So what I'm going to decide first is where my start point is going to be, and I'm going to use green, and I'm going to say here is my start point. I'm going to use blue to say where my end point is, and I think I'm going to have my end point here. So there's my end point. And now thinking about where some obstacles are going to be. So might have a volcano here, and I might have a volcano here. I might have some trees. Let's put some grass in there to go with the trees. Some long grass. Another river here. So you will take your time when decorating yours and do a much more thorough and decorative piece than mine. So I've not stuck any of my trees or rivers or volcanoes down just yet, because I might want to use them again, or the path that I've got to code might need changing. Okay, there might be some dead ends in there that you've put and you've not realised you can get to the end. Okay, so once you are happy with how your maze is laid out, next step is to get a character into our maze. There's quite a few different ways you can do this. You can design a character on paper, you might have a favourite toy, you might have a Lego piece, you might have something that you want to use in this maze. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Captain America. Okay, he's going to be within my maze and I'm going to be controlling him with my code to get to the end point. Okay, so if I just slide this over slightly, this is where we're going to start to use our blocks of coding. So we've got a turn left and a turn right. We've also got a go forwards. These are starts. These are to help us with our coding. So on a blank piece of paper that I've got here, I'm going to start writing out my code to get Captain America from here to the end. So the first bit I need to put in is to get him to go forwards. So that's my starter. But it doesn't say how far to go forward. Is that just keep moving to the end of the maze? Is it one block? We don't know. We could put 2 in. So if we wanted him to get to there. But that's not efficient coding. So what we're going to do is put this back to the side and we're going to do with a pen our coding. So we've got go forward for, I want him to go 1, 2. 2 squares. So he's moved to here with my coding and that's not moving him very far. So we've got a turn in there. So we have the option of turn left or turn right. So it is a turn left. I'm going to bring that into my code. And the only problem is with the turn left is we don't know how far is he going to turn. Okay, we don't know. It doesn't say on the block. So this is where we put in turn left by 90 degrees. So now he's facing the right way. And we drag in another go forward by 2 squares again. And he'll move forward 2 squares. And now I've come to a hazard, so there's a volcano. Can't go any further than the volcano, so I need to put another turn in there to get around it. So I need a turn right. Same as before, we don't know by how many, so I'm going to turn him by 90 degrees. So now he's turned, and I'm going to bring in another forward. And this time, I'm only going to go forward 1 square and keep going. So, with your code, you would keep coding till you find a path through your maze to the end point. Okay, so with mine, I would have to then keep going. So I'd have to put in a right by 90 degrees, another forward by a square, and keep making my way around. So, have a go. Go really creative with your maze, whether it be like mine, being in a forest with some volcanoes and some water hazards, whether it be in space, could be anywhere you want your maze to be. Okay, make the grid like this, or you have in the pack, you have some done mazes that you can decorate yourselves, so you've already got the course to work it out, or you can use those as examples to help you with different ones. There's different varying difficulties. Once you've done that, start thinking about how you can make your maze different. So once you've got used to doing it with hazards, maybe introducing maybe a bad guy into it and what the coding would be for that bad guy. Okay, lots and lots and lots of different things that we can put into it, but this is your example of how to use your coding. Okay guys, I've been Paul. Hope you've enjoyed watching the video. Hope you've had a go at making some mazes and some characters. If you have, please share them to social media. Tag us in at Mako Create on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that. I'd love to see all the different types of mazes and creations you've been able to come up with. Thanks again. Hope to see them on social media.